with their leadership, and also bringing in a new leader, and then Cloud9 obviously keeping Tarek being there in there now. So getting into the pistol though, it'll be Cloud9 on the T side. FNS going to pick up a smoke, an HE grenade and a flashbang, and they will run into the B bomb site. JW is the first man here, and he will get a little bit of information, but not much more than that. It's Golden shutting them all down. 3 kills, eventually falls, and now Flusha trying to chime in from CT spawn, but it's a 2 versus 3 and a man advantage there for Fnatic.
Tarek gets 1 kill in towards the vents and no trade coming through. Crim's deciding to reposition. Skadoodle will utilize that smoke that was thrown previously, so the bomb will make its way towards the site. Bomb plant guaranteed, but Flusha still has a kit and a smoke left in play. And Tarek thinking about getting aggressive, but he crosses to the bomb site. Despite the bomb being planted for B main, he's going to go to the same spot as Skadoodle, so they're going to try and play these trade frags. It's not such a bad idea either, because there's no nades for Fnatic to try and flush them out of these close corners. And again, Flusha and Crim's also trying to stick together. The fight's going to come through shortly as the smoke is deployed. Here comes the push. Crim's looking for one, finds the headshot. Do they expect the second player though? Tarek playing it patiently, spots them out, but he's going to play the time. The defuse not going to happen. Tarek sprams away. Very well played by Tarek as he runs around the box. And it is Tarek to step up on the pistol round. And we said yesterday, Cloud9 did manage to get off to that strong start against Astralis. Could be the same case here.
Yeah, I mean, picking up the pistol is crucially important. And Tarek, there we go. It's just a masterclass of how to play that situation. Obviously dancing around the box, the last player as well. Great plays from him, and the Cloud9 will pick up the pistol. But here comes this scary round. I mean, we've seen Fnatic win these types of rounds already throughout this game. They're onto the CZs. They've got a little bit of utility there as well. So there's always that risk that these pistols pose.
Certainly the case, and Cloud9 decide to counter that with a full-on execute in towards the A-bomb site. Smokes and flashes being utilized, and Flusha continuing to take a long-range fight. The CZ going to get out close. Golden could do so much damage here. He's behind them. He spots the boost. Golden only finding 1 frag, but it's commotion on the site, and it's Fnatic finding the frags. It's all up to Skadoodle after all is said and done. He's left in a 1v2 and he spots the player, but very well played on the crossfire. Fnatic having that gamble towards A pay off.
It's happened again. They went off the back of the CZs. Fnatic just so good at these weapons, and especially Flusha. We've seen he's been a master of that pistol since the day it was released into the game. I mean, up on top of heaven, finding all those frags that are required, and now Fnatic they answer back again, and that's got to be disheartening for Cloud9. But they're going to pull out the pistols themselves. It's going to be a couple of smokes, a couple of flashbangs into the mix, along with a Deagle, CZs, and a P250 there. And Fnatic, they've got 2 rifles and 3 SMGs, so it should be a pretty easy cleanup for Fnatic. I mean, there is always that risk posed from Cloud9, but on the T side, I don't know, I think it's a little bit more difficult.
Looks like they want to go for a similar play in towards A. 2 smokes ready to be deployed. Crim's is playing a pretty aggressive position, so he can spot them out early on. Decides to fall off the site. They're going to give this one up. Exist continues to fight though, so that's 1 AK recovered. It seemed like the CTs weren't necessarily on the same page there, as the trades keep going back and forth. Skadoodle gets an AK into his hands, and this 3v3 is very, very doable for Cloud9 as they have that bomb planted, but somehow Crim's finds a kill.
FNS and Rush now trying to hold it off. A nice kill from FNS, pulls it back into a 2 versus 2. He's now left in his zone as that Molotov will prevent his teammate from helping him out from Squeaky. He's overwhelmed from Golden, but the bomb will begin to tick away. Rush, 19 HP, the door gets close, he spams through, just trying to connect his shot, but it's not going to happen, and Fnatic will take the round. But valiant effort from Cloud9. I mean, they get the bomb down, they take it down to 2 players left on Fnatic, so a great job done, I mean.
Great fist bumps there. I mean, JW was going for it, same time as the coach. Not the best synergy, but they are going to be in the lead, and they are going to be forcing Cloud9 back to pistols. 4 Deags and a CZ in play, and this time Cloud9 don't have the nades to work with. That's not so bad when you've got the Deags. You can just try and play for the headshots, but we'll see if there's any chances given to them, because Fnatic should just be holding back. Pretty standard setup from Fnatic. A couple of players in towards B. Golden's going to go back in towards this box, and this is a safe position to play from. The only real risk is it getting Molotoved out, but that's obviously not an option into this round for Cloud9. So he can afford to play in that back box, and that allows him to set up a crossfire with his teammate in towards the vents. So you can already see Fnatic just trying to work these angles together. Golden going to take the first fight. Not doing any damage, but Fnatic still just waiting patiently, seeing if Cloud9 go for any aggression, and Rush has managed to find a frag, but that's the bomb dropped. JW could look to lock this one down as they still have nades left to hold that bomb.
Golden just in underneath the vents, a player coming towards him, that's FNS, he picks off both of them. Skadoodle goes down, automatic left there, Exist takes one kill and makes it a second. 3 rounds on the board for Fnatic, and even after losing the pistol, they just recover on that anti-eco, and the first 3 rounds are theirs really. Oh, a triple fist bump coming through.
That is impressive. It takes years of practice to get that triple fist bump timed, but Fnatic played together a while. I think they get it done. Again, 3 rounds already on the board for Fnatic. Exactly the same as what they got yesterday, and it's only been 4 rounds so far. So clear improvements being shown from Fnatic already. And Cloud9 will finally have the buy in their hands, but they are lacking an AWP. Neither side picking up the snipers just yet. See automatic in towards the door, lining up this nade. You can open this door inwards if you've got 2 players here, but that's not going to be the play this time. Again, Cloud9 grouping up for this A-sided push. Smoke's coming in, but Crims doesn't have the ammo for the frag. It's JW to assist him. 2 kills coming through, and Crims is still here alongside Flusher. Oh, a couple of entries still coming back around. If Crims doesn't find a frag here, this could be troublesome, and it's back to a 2v2. I thought Fnatic were in control of this round, but this could go either way.
The retake needs to come in, Exist and Golden locked onto the bomb site for now, but eventually that utility will dissipate, and there goes a kill from Golden, opening up back into the retake. It's down to Rush in the wide open, just trying to pick off one and turn it into a series of 1 versus 1s. Molotov will force him over to the left angle. He's still on highway. He has Molotov of his own, so that prevents an angle, but it's Exist. He'll come in from highway. A headshot to finish off the job, and there's another round for Fnatic, starting off cash strong. 4 rounds on the board for them.
And they're getting the start that they were looking for, and they're also building up quite a considerable amount of money. Even heading into this round, a couple of players have a fair amount of cash in the bank, and Cloud9 into this one, off the back of the bomb plant, have a bit of a decision to make, and they have decided it's worthwhile going for the Force. I was going to say, they can get the full rifles out, so they're probably going to be tempted into this one, but the nades are not exactly perfect. Still though, with the weaponry, they will be hoping the AKs alone are enough to get this round win, as Tarek, again, so much aggression from him so far in this matchup, but it's not going to be rewarded. JW holding the angle, and it's all Fnatic right now. 3 kills found already. This round falling apart as automatic pushing through, down to 3 HP, and there it is. The USP eventually finishes it off, and remember, that was a force buy from Cloud9, completely shut down.
Cloud9 are just getting ripped apart right now. Fnatic just looking so strong. It's like a brick wall. I mean, obviously, there's chances for Cloud9. They've been coming close to sort of getting anywhere near it, but it's just been Fnatic just shutting them down in the end. And there we go. A pause has to come through from Cloud9. We've seen a similar start on Trim. We've seen a similar start where Fnatic really dominated throughout the start, and then Cloud9 were able to come back off of that after a quick pause. So we'll see if that's the case here. Of course, the tactical timeout allows the teams to get a little bit of a breather and just kind of talk over some of the issues that are perhaps going on and come up with a different sort of solution to fix some of the issues that are going, because there's so many at this point for Cloud9. They're just getting picked off one by one.
And we have seen this game so far be fairly streaky. The first 2 maps, we saw leads being gained early on, but teams were ready to come back from that. Generally predicated upon these pauses, really. Even though they're 5-1 down, a lot of the times after the pauses, we see the teams recover. Might not be the case in this round, though, because Cloud9 only having the pistols again. Not too many nades to work with, just the 1 smoke for Tarek. Crims is getting up close, though. That could be a bit of a risk if he is going to push through the smoke. He needs to make sure he times this right, because that smoke is going to fade shortly. And there we go. The second smoke comes through to keep Crims safe. Cloud9 still just holding back. Ooh, this nade should do some damage. Tarek taking a tiny amount, but yet again, Cloud9 have consistently been going in towards A. And Crims will just about reposition before any push.
Exist just actively looking for the opening, just sitting wide in the default position, takes the player inside of Squeaky. JW is there to help him. Crims on the forklift doing damage as well, and they all shut them down. But suddenly, these ZZs and Deagles pull it back. It's automatic and Skadoodle to do so. 3 kills between them. It's now down to Golden and JW. Stuck on highway, trying to land a headshot with spray, and Skadoodle finds another one with a CZ. It's all onto Golden. A 1 versus 2. He comes in and a headshot from Automatic, and they answer back with a round after the tactical pause. Could this be their way back into the first half?
Cloud9 take the win out of nowhere. Those CZs coming out on top. You saw there Fnatic having a couple of players really struggling to land some of those shots. And credit to Skadoodle, I think he found 3 kills in the end. Yeah, that long-range frag, that was the important one to get them onto the bomb site. And Cloud9, off the back of the tactical timeout, get their first gun round win. Skadoodle not going to land that shot towards mid. Again, we're seeing players try and get that opening pick. Saw that yesterday, but with little success. Fnatic going for the aggression, though. The boost comes in, and Rush does get the headshot. Not quite the right timing for the Swedes, and Tarek continues his aggression. He's been really, really aggressive, and that's helped his team a lot. Finds another kill into this round, and they're going to overwhelm B.
Oh, Tarek coming in behind JW. Oh, nearly gets that one, but eventually falls. First kill did come in, but Crim's able to dip in and out and keep it within a 1-man deficit, so it's still compatible, I guess. There's a big flank coming in from the car. That's in the hands of Automatic, and there's a kill going for the second. He's just shut down and crippled the Fnatic retake attempt. And there we go, Cloud9, 3 rounds. They answered back, they got consecutive rounds finally, and things are looking a lot better after that timeout. Obviously winning off the back of pistols, Skadoodle and Automatic, really the individual plays from them. And then into that round, it's just more of a team effort, and obviously Automatic coming in with that final flank to put an end to it.
Fnatic will be reset. They're not going to go for the full investment into this one. Pistols brought up alongside the 1 scout. We've seen Crims land a couple of headshots with this back on train. Push going to come up close from Flusher. Again, Cloud9 liking to go for this mid control. This time it might be a bit more difficult with Flusher being so close. He's going to go for the push through the smoke, but Automatic removes him from this round. And that mid control will be easily gained by Cloud9. I thought Flusher might cause a problem for them. That's not the case, and we're already going to see Tarek go in first. Time after time, he is making sure he plays that entry role. He should be able to open up A.
Oh, Exit's got to look over the top of the smoke and see what he can get done. I don't know if he spots the heads, but they spotted him. He gets 1, that's the bomb. Looking for second, but he runs out of ammo, but it's Tarek to strike from highway. 1 kill, but Golden impales him. And that is it. What a play from Cloud9. They just absolutely rip apart Fnatic. It's on to JW. He's a player who can do damage, but I don't see him winning the round. He has the Deagle picked up. The bomb swiftly makes its way over towards the A bomb site. JW actually can find an AK here, so this opens up an opportunity. He gets his way near the bomb site. Default position, 2 players trapped inside of that. He lands damage, but they now know exactly where he is, and this is difficult. The flashbang comes over the top, and Rush slides his way to the left, and that's a kill from him. 5-4, Cloud9 definitely answering back. It looked close towards the start. I mean, it looked as though Fnatic had, you know, a chance into that round, and then everything just started falling apart. Cloud9 just salvaged control.
Well, Fnatic are back to a bye. They're not going to have the AWP in play. That's something that Skadoodle does have to work with, and you can see Skadoodle having a pretty good spawn is going to lead the charge towards the B side of the map. Could see some early fights come through. JW not going to drop down, and without the smoke there, Cloud9 know there's no one in checkers. Ooh, JW spots the legs, but the peek comes in, and JW gets his knife out. That's an easy kill for FNS. He just did not expect them to be so far pushed up. Exist also going to be caught off guard, and Cloud9 again finding these entries very early into the round. It makes it so much easier for them to eventually push the bomb sites when they're up in a 5v3 advantage, and you can already see them repositioning towards A, which is currently wide open.
2-man advantage for Cloud9 has just been extended upon as well. Golden and Flush are the last 2 players for the CT side. The Fnatic have just fallen apart. They have to go back and save, and Cloud9, it's looking all of them right now. Everything's going their way, and suddenly they've just pulled it back after that pause. They just seemed it just seemed to have so much more life in them. They had a different approach to the game, and it just seemed to work out after that pause. So obviously what they talked about is seeming to work, because throughout the first couple of rounds they looked a little bit disjointed. There was times where they were getting picked off 1 by 1. Fnatic doing a good bit of damage here though. They've dropped down to 2 players. Flusher the last player alive though. But it will be 5-5. Cloud9 will even out the scoreline, which is incredible considering the start that Fnatic had.
Flusher will be allowed to save the 1 rifle. It's not exactly what Fnatic were wanting heading into this round. ripple of applause for Cloud9 as they bring it back to an even scoreline. They could very well take the lead into this next one. You can see again, time after time, Taric is winning these opening fights. He's certainly stepped up here on the T side of Cash, and in general, it's interesting to see him lead the way when he's also going to be that in-game leader. Maybe just kind of playing off his individual plays and then calling for his teammates to assist him. And I was kind of saying that I think that it won't affect Taric too much being that in-game leader, and he's clearly proving that. He's found the first kill yet again. Flusha has that one M4 in play, but he is currently back in towards C, so he's going to be smoked off, and the rest of Fnatic only have pistols.
Taric, great job of taking mid early on. That's obviously the most crucial part of the map you want to take on Cash. The most integral choke point. So finding the opening kill there, just taking control for Cloud9 early on into the round, allows for so much to really work off that. I mean, we see that they have the AKs, the ops, they have so much utility left over. It's just a moment of time before Cloud9 should just try and execute into a bomb site with whatever they've got and just try and steamroll over them. But Taric again, another kill, just falls back from the white box into a more passive angle. And the player gets aggressive inside of the vent, searching for information and perhaps a trade. Gets eliminated, so it falls into a 3 versus 5.
I would say the one worry for Cloud9 is that they are continually committing to bomb sites against these pistols pretty early on. For example, there is a bit of a stack here towards A, so the Swedes can very well do some damage as one kill comes through. But there we go, the rest of the team will fall apart, and Crims will also go down. FNS in position, and Cloud9 able to gain the lead. Fnatic finally going to have a full buy. JW not going to pick up an AWP just yet. Flusha could have dropped one for him, but they decide not to go for that sniper. They're just going to stick with the M4s. Oh, now Golden drops the M4 over. I think he's just about got the armor, so it's okay. They get the one AWP out. And with there being that consistent mid pressure from Cloud9, JW might want to go towards mid with that AWP, but no, he's again gone back towards B. We haven't really seen that B site be tested too much. Generally, Cloud9 have been leaning towards A, and that's the case again.
Yeah, 3 players inside of the squeaky door, and that's going to be an interesting play indeed, along with the bomb. So they all sprint out. It's Crims sitting on top of the box. Him and Exist chime in for 2, but Crims is there to shut down the bomb, and it falls on the FNS and Skadoodle. Do they get this back? It looks like it will be. It will be Skadoodle and FNS finding the headshots, the kills coming in. It's all onto JW. He had an insane performance on Overpass. Can he do it here again? This would be an excellent way to step up, but he has to back off because that Molotov, the missed shot, the combination of the two. And he relocates his position towards Highway. Seems to still want to go for this, but no kit to work with, no utility. It's a difficult feat, but he still hits the shot. He will pull out the AK or the M4, it looks like here, and he will be pushing up. It's FNS in underneath the boost, very low HP, just cowering away. Of course, JW has no information that he's there. Will tap that ball, tries to bait him out into the open. Has the kit now, of course. And FNS just dancing with it, 8 HP. JW knows exactly where he is, but he's doing this. It's a kill coming in. Is there enough time? I think there is, and that will be JW. 6 rounds on the board. What a clutch from him. I thought he was going to back off at one point. He comes back from the highway, relocates himself, and takes 2 kills. So an excellent play from JW.
Yeah, with the bomb being planted safely, FNS has no choice but to move in towards the bomb sites. And JW, clearly very aware of that, manages to relocate, finds the flank, and Fnatic tie up the scoreline yet again. They are still the ones with the worst money. We're going to see Skadoodle line up the flash for his teammates. They might go for this mid play. The smoke should be up, but they're just going to burst through this one. Aggression comes in, but the flash not good enough. Still Cloud9 gain the man lead, though, because Taric has found a frag back towards B. Flusha somehow wins that fight with just the ump. So it's into a 3 versus 3, but you can already see Fnatic are going to have to spread their forces thinly across the map, but that's not going to matter because Crims has given them another frag. Again, trades just keep on coming. Back into a 2v2. Skadoodle looking to lock down this position. He seems aware that Crims could be here. Obviously, the next frag is massive as the peek comes in. Oh, there it is. Skadoodle nails the headshot, and Flusha has just 3 HP.
This is looking as though Cloud9 have just salvaged complete control of the first half. I mean, the sort of start that Fnatic had was massively dominant, and then the pause comes through from Cloud9, and after that, everything started going their way. They started to play a lot better as a team, working together to take over areas of the map, and I think essentially their trading potential is the thing that's getting them the most map control. I mean, so they lose a player, they're traded instantly, and now you can see they're left in a man advantage. Flusha left down on 3 HP, and that bomb going to go down towards the A bomb site. You're likely just to try and save the kit and the utility along with the Kevlar he has. Get that over into the next round. Actually decides to go towards Highway, so he may actually attempt this. He finds it. To go for a better weapon, I think. He's found it as well. M4. This is a very difficult position. Of course, being down on 3 HP. If they even spot him out, one stray bullet landed, he will be down. Molotov goes in towards quad, trying to bait a player out to go for a kill here. It's not going to happen as Tarek relocates himself. He knows exactly where he's playing from now. They both peek him, and Tarek finds the headshot, and the 7th round for Cloud9.
Cloud9 back into the lead. Again, this game has been very, very back and forth. See Skadoodle landing a couple of solid shots just to secure that round. And now it's Fnatic's turn to, again, fully invest, but not have much to show for it. 5 CZs in play for the Swedes. Automatic trying to get that opening pick towards mid, but we'll just give the AWP back over to Skadoodle. And JW has managed to push his way forwards. Cloud9 might not be ready for this one as the push comes in. Skadoodle is caught off guard. That's the first frag. They don't get a gun as a reward for it, but they're going to fall back for the counter boost.
Rush on the opposite end of this. Exist could be meeting his demise, but the flashbang prevents that from happening. He knows there's a player on the opposite end of it, so he decides to back off. The Molotov doesn't reach its mark, but it doesn't matter because the player's already cleared that angle. JW falls out back inside of the sandbags. And Cloud9 just slow the pace down. They know that Fnatic went for a little bit of aggression. Of course, finding that opening gives Fnatic the man advantage to work with, so they can just lie in wait. And it looks as though they have a bit of a trap set up on the A bomb site with 3 players there. That could be a bit scary for Cloud9 as they do seem to be leaning towards this side of the map. Crims on the default position with the CZ, Flusha up inside of Heaven, and we've seen what he can do from this position in the previous rounds with this weapon. He's going to peek out to the left, spots out Automatic, unable to take the kill, but his position's now telegraphed, so Automatic knows exactly where he is. The damage is being done. Rush finds the opening kill for Cloud9. A second kill from Automatic. The P250, but Exist on the forklift. Kill coming in. FNS is dropped. And a 3 versus 3 unveils, and it will be Exist. What a clean shot. 2 kills for Exist. Excellent plays with the CZ, and it's now all onto Rush. A 1 versus 1. They both have AK-47s to work with. I don't know if Rush spotted Exist crossover. I believe he did, and he has the high angle. And that will be it. Cloud9, 8 rounds, and they went out the clutch.
Again, these rounds against the pistols are very, very scary for Cloud9. Every single round, it feels like they're going to the A side of the map, but they're fully committing to that site very early on. They had no map control back towards B, so they had to go for the A-sided push, and with Fnatic being rotated over, I feel like Cloud9 might have a better chance if they just try and get some info early on. It's Fnatic who have to go for the force buy in the last round of the half, but look at Cloud9 go. They're going to switch up the pace as the B push comes in. Golden finds 1. He needs some assistance though as the push comes through and the trade comes in. The B site again is going to be opened. That smoke might make things awkward on the cross as Flusha puts down some covering fire, and JW in the smoke should have heard the step, but it's Skadoodle to take him down. The CZ should have been favored in that fight, but JW doesn't spot Skadoodle out. Cloud9 with a huge lead.
Rush catches out Exist there as well. Crims and Flusha now with it all to do. Flusha goes down. Crims now the last hope for Fnatic, trying to chime in into this last round. The Deagle just trying to get a couple of frags perhaps, but he will go down to Rush. That will not be allowed. And 9-6 is the final scoreline coming into the second half in favour of Cloud9. And that's definitely not what we were expecting, considering the start Fnatic had. I believe they were up 5-1. They lost the pistol, but after that it was just the Fnatic show. And since then, since Cloud9 called the pause, Fnatic have only won 1 round.
Yeah, fairly streaky first half. And as we head into the second, remember it was Fnatic who found a lot of success on their T side yesterday against Liquid. Can they do the same here against another North American lineup? Second half going to be heading underway. It is going to be Cloud9, yeah, holding towards B. Tarek, the man on the hole, going to spot them out. Spots the first player as they cross. Tarek looking for a headshot, but he's already sidelined.
Yeah, Tarek goes for the opening kill, but it gets dropped almost immediately from Golden. We have 5 versus 4. Skadoodle looking over the top, trying to land a little bit of damage perhaps, but he sees the bomb go down in the back of the bomb site. Flush it, look at this position, it's going to be unsuspected. FNS goes down, a clean kill with a P250. Exist underneath the vent goes down, but it's looking as though Fnatic have just stamped their name all over this. 2 players coming in from the vent. They've been able to find 1, but that is it. That's all they're allowed, and Crim shuts them down. 2 kills.
And Fnatic just going for that quick push in towards B. Their previous T-side pistols were played pretty slowly, so this switch up might have caught Cloud9 off guard. And Tarek being alone towards the B site on the initial hold was always going to be a tough ask. Quite a few rifles brought up by Fnatic, just trying to secure this round win against the pistols. We are going to see Cloud9 take a gamble, which I think is fair. Counter boost could be coming through. 3 players stacked towards B. I like what Cloud9 are doing here. Worst case scenario, they could always save the pistols for the subsequent round. There's a chance for them to do some damage. As Rush just stays up on the boost. Exist waiting on the other side. No fights coming through as of yet, but Tarek does clear that position. Methodical play from Tarek, but doesn't get rewarded for it. He, in fact, is the man to take the first damage, down to half HP. And we'll see if Fnatic can figure out that there is a B stack in play. They need to get some info.
Just patience from Rush, on top of the boost. If he was to walk over the top of that, it would be his demise, and he does do so. He finds the kill. JW, not expecting it perhaps. He does go down. Not ready for the frag, should I say. And there goes Crims, taking the kill back. So it's back into a 4 versus 4. It's even on both sides. 45 seconds left. And the bomb needs to make its way back over towards that B bomb site. There's 1 player there. That's the information that Fnatic have been able to gain. And Cloud9 all over this bomb site though. This could be risky for Fnatic, considering there is a little bit of presence here from the Cloud9 side. Luckily, one of them did rotate back towards the connector, but Flusher making a lot of noise. He's going to be the entry man with a Mac-10, trying to gain the information. First kill comes in, lands damage to the second, and now it's going to be a 3 versus 2. Cloud9 should be just shut out of this bomb site and have no way back in, because Fnatic, this is their round. They will get that bomb down, and we're looking at a 9-8 scoreline. And again, it's going to be very close to that even scoreline.
Yeah, we are continually seeing these T-sided teams go slowly when they know their opponents are on pistols. I think the one counter to that would be if you can buy up a couple of nades and hold them at the end of the round, you could really do some damage. If they had a smoke there to put up on the site, that could make things really awkward for Fnatic. But unfortunately for Cloud9, they couldn't really afford too many nades, so that wasn't an option. And it means that Fnatic will be able to bring us back within a 1-round differential. Again, this whole series has been incredibly close throughout. We've never really seen a massive lead gained, except back on Train at the start, where it was, I think, 8-0 in favor of Fnatic at one point. That's the one time we saw a big lead come out to, but other than that, these teams have played a very, very close series so far. And Fnatic should be tying it up here, because Cloud9, again, have very, very little to work with. Just 1 or 2 upgraded pistols.
Yeah, this should be Fnatic evening out that scoreline. I mean, there is a Deagle and a CZ there to work with for Cloud9. They definitely can still get a bit of damage done. Not likely to be around though. Fnatic very methodically, even in these types of rounds, taking mid. You know, smoke out towards the sandbag, smoke over towards Z, or Molotov out the sandbag, should I say, and smoke towards Z. JW, Flusher just making space here. JW picks up another kill, looking for a little bit more towards the car. Long spray getting awkward, but luckily for him, FNS doesn't have head armor, so he pulls out the Glock for the kill, and that leaves Skadoodle and Rush in a 2 versus 5. The bomb will go down for Exist. So that is it. Fnatic will even out the scoreline. Cloud9, nothing being found into this round. Oh, as soon as I say that though, Skadoodle picks up one with a USP. At least something they can take into the next. And Skadoodle finding a little bit more here. Takes down Flusher, finds an AK. If he can make this expensive for Fnatic, this is really worth it. He will go down to Crims though, and that will be 9-9, and the scoreline even though.
First buy about to come through for Cloud9 in this second half. Skadoodle will be able to afford the AWP. Those kills getting him a little bit of extra cash means he can buy a few more nades into this round, which is always nice. Again, we are going to have to watch on this T side how Golden plays on the Fnatic lineup. Is he going to be that man going in first? That's what we've seen so far, and it should be the case again, but if he is going to be going in first, how much success will he find? Well, it's going to be Cloud9 going for the aggression, and JW, alone in A main, is already out of action. Crims was holding back, but he wasn't in position to assist his teammate, and oh, there's a slight gap in this smoke. Crims trying to utilize this, but I think Rush will be allowed to fall back if he wants to. And there we go, just the man advantage early for Cloud9. After that previous aggression, they realize they don't need to take any more risks. They can afford to give up A main, and they're just going to be holding back in a very standard setup.
Yeah, again, Fnatic going very methodically, clearing everything so they don't get caught out by an aggressive play from Cloud9. So Crims clears every angle, makes sure it's all clear for Fnatic. And eventually, just under a minute, so we're likely to see the execute come in. They're fighting with a man at disadvantage, and with only one smoke left, Crims has to be careful. They have to use that very sparingly. Of course, the option would be to smoke the cross, just try and get out towards the A-bombs. It seems as though this is what they want to do. A nice crossfire between Rush and FNS, but as soon as I say that, Rush goes down. FNS now, the sole defender. Flusha will take automatic, so it's falling apart for Cloud9. Everything is looking to go in favor of Fnatic. Tarek, that was his chance, but he messes it up, and that will be FNS and Skadoodle. A 2 versus 4. Fnatic are very low. And it's still very difficult to get into positions where you're able to capitalize off of this.
It's almost certainly going to be Fnatic up to double digits first. This is Skadoodle with the AWP, I believe, and this is FNS with the M4, but they're not really going to be going for this one. There we go. It is indeed FNS. Skadoodle finds a kill in towards A main. I don't think the frags are going to be that relevant, though. Fnatic have already built up a reasonable amount of bank. Another kill could be pretty good though, and there we are. It's Skadoodle to get yet another one. Fnatic might try and hunt them down, but they've already lost 2 weapons, and it could be a third. Skadoodle not going to hit the first shot, but he's got the assistance from FNS. So some decent damage done at the end of the round. You can see Fnatic having a fair amount of money still on the right-hand side, but Cloud9 getting to hold on to those 2 guns is the main thing. They could still compete into this one.
Yeah, you can always buy around that AWP as well. It's always an option. You're going to get a bit of a buy through its UMP. It's actually quite good considering. I mean, they have a UMP, M4 for mass, another M4 and an AWP, so it's a decent buy. Fnatic, however, have all of the rifles, 5 AK set up along with plenty of utility. Seem to be going a little bit more aggressive towards A. You know, a nade stack to prevent any aggression coming through the end from the CTs. But Fnatic just slow the pace back down. Try and methodically take over areas of the map as though the way they were going about it in the previous rounds.
Skadoodle's AWP currently playing on towards A, leaving Tarek to try and hold mid. He's probably going to have to fall back if a massive amount of aggression comes in towards his position. And this is quite a critical stage of the game. Cloud9 electing to go for the force buy. 1 save would have been enough, but they're happy enough with this buy to try and get the round win, and this flash is going to come through. The blind not coming in, but Skadoodle gets the shot. I was going to say Golden not blinded up, but it doesn't matter. Skadoodle still finds the first frag. And Fnatic now may have to have second thoughts about what they want to do in this round. They know that Skadoodle was AWPing towards A, so they've decided to reposition back towards B, but there are 3 Cloud9 players here.
Oh, FNS in behind the box, gets caught out by Crims, and that's an opportunity gone. Fnatic now have a huge chance to walk into the bomb site. It comes down to automatic, the pressure building, he has to hold on, the player's coming towards him. That smoke will begin to dissipate, so his cover is gone, and it's Tarek to walk in. 2 kills, looking for some more. He's in the middle of the spot, He will find exist. A huge play from Tarek, 3 kills, and he saves Cloud9, and they go 10-10.
Big round from Tarek. Again, we said that force buy win was going to be so important for Cloud9. And they just keep on pulling this one closer and closer. You see the M4A4 having plenty of ammo, allowing all those frags to come through. And now it's Fnatic's turn to have a slightly dodgy buy. And this might be the chance for Fnatic to switch up the pace. They're already leaning over towards A. And with those CZs, they can play a bit more carefree. They can afford to try and take those close fights. But we can already see Rush gaining ground towards the B side of the map. And that nade did so much damage.
Oh, automatic deals a little bit of damage back in return though. Golden dropped down low, and Tarek able to follow up off the back of that. FNS finds one, and now it's just Fnatic getting shut down. They're walking right into a brick wall. JW, the last player alive, a flank with the CZ. He does have a chance here. I mean, we've seen what he can do with this weapon in previous games. He taps a few shots, they know exactly where he is. So the element of surprise has been alleviated. He begins to fall back. Oh, this is incredible, the movement from JW. This could actually pay off because he's inside of main now. He can come in with a huge flank. Although they can expect this. They know that this is a possibility. JW blinded. He is going to get dropped and that will be the kill. Automatic will get 11 rounds on the board for Cloud9 and they seem to have taken control towards the end here.
Nice to see JW's clearly been hitting the KZ service. Get that movement on point. Oh, we've seen the first dab of the day. Get that man out of here. I'm disappointed. It is going to be Cloud9 in the lead, though. That's the important thing. Forget about the dabs. We've got Counter-Strike to watch. And again, it's Fnatic just with pistols in play. Starting to get towards the latter stages of this game now. Every single round is going to be important, but Fnatic here not going to have the best of chances. Tariq is up close, which is somewhat surprising. A little bit risky. He has got Skadoodle assisting him, but if he's not careful, he could be overwhelmed. That would be a chance for a rifle to be recovered, but even if Fnatic get a rifle, they don't have any players with Kevlar, so it's still really difficult to see a way that Fnatic can open this round.
It's got to come down to some nutty plays with the Deagles. Crims is a player that can do it, definitely. His pre-aim's incredible, so the Deagle's perfect for that. Skadoodle spots a couple of heads crossing over to the bomb site, so they could try and steal one away here, and that's actually a good round for Fnatic already, just getting the bomb man. That's the job done, really. That's the goal coming into it. JW connects with one. P250 headshot coming through. Oh, Flusher coming in with a big flank, although he only has a Glock, so it's not like he's got to get too much done. If he can, he's behind two players though, you know, but he can't take the fight obviously because of the Glock, so he has to get nice and close and personal. He could go for a knife, it's a possibility, but the hero might because he makes the footsteps, and there we go. Automatic and Skadoodle find 2 kills, and that will be it. Crims and JW left in a very, very difficult position. Watching the bomb though, he will go down through the smoke, and Crims dancing with it. We'll get one with the Deagle, and eventually falls himself. So that's 12 on the board for Cloud9, 4 rounds away from taking this best of 3 and sending Fnatic home.
It is kind of funny that Flusher literally did 0 damage on that flank. Couldn't land a single shot despite having 2 players with their backs turned, but he did what he had to do, trying to get that double dink unsuccessfully. But here we are, the buy comes through, and this is the first time we've seen JW pick up that AWP for a long, long time. Their money has consistently been on the edge. They haven't really been able to get that AWP too often. So on the T side, we'll see if JW's AWP can make the difference. It's currently holding in towards A main. Fnatic pretty heavily leaning towards this A bomb site. Exist deploying his forces more so towards that side of the map, but Flusher makes sure there is some control over towards B. The AWP of Skadoodle this time is holding mid, but it's JW to open things up. There's that AWP we were talking about. That's forced Skadoodle to rotate over towards A. And Tariq is still here, but Fnatic, again, they like to play their game patiently, and especially now they've got the opening kill, they decide there's no need to take any further risks.
That's the privilege you get of getting the man advantage. You can dictate the pace of the round. Still just under a minute left, so they still have plenty of time to work with to make a decision. JW, you can see, trying to extend upon that man advantage, but the flashbang forces him back. Still no one really wide in the open apart from that player. Oh my goodness, JW, a massive flick. Goes in for the refrag as well as Skadoodle, able to come out on top. And it will be a 4 versus 3, a man advantage there for Fnatic. They begin to make their way into the B-bomb site, Automatic in the back lines. He will take his fight and he will find a Flusher. Crims is there as well to find FNS, so it's back and forth we go yet again, but Fnatic come out on top. 1 man advantage for them, Automatic stuck inside of the vents, the Molotov, that will cut off 1 player for a limited amount of time, so he has some time to work with very low time left on that clock. The bomb does need to go down. Exist tries to plant in the open, but gets the kill, and that will be it. 12 to 11, Fnatic answer back.
Yeah, if the bomb was dropped there, that could have got very, very awkward. The second player would probably have to had hunted down the kill, but it doesn't matter. The fight is won, and again, we go back to an incredibly close scoreline. I feel like I've said that so many times throughout this series. It's been a very, very intense matchup, and Cloud9, they've got those 2 AWPs, but outside of that, it's only the CZs to play with. These 2 AWPs might have to step it up again, and we've seen them manage to do so in some of the prior rounds. Let's see if that's going to be the case this time, because Skadoodle is holding towards mid, but he's decided to fall back after seeing a fair amount of utility being used by the Swedish side. That nade going to land in the face of Rush. Doesn't do as much damage as I thought, but here comes that mid play we were talking about. Again, Golden playing that aggressive role, making sure he can gain some ground for the team. That will be done successfully. He's going to be flashed in towards A, but not really going to spot anyone out. So Fnatic just kind of testing the waters, seeing if they can spot out any opponents, get an idea of if there could be a stack towards a bomb site. And to be fair, Fnatic might not be aware of what sort of buy Cloud9 have, because they might not expect 2 AWPs to be in play. So that's something that could work in Cloud9's favor.
Bit of a wild card buy, 2 AWPs around 3 CZs. Definitely doable, although JW playing with the gap in the smoke. The first kill comes in, first blood. He spots out the AWP and deals so much damage. That pistol needs to get in, but Tarek walks right into that. 3 kills for JW, and he just ends all of Cloud9's dreams in one single play. So it's a 4 versus 2, Fnatic with a 2-man advantage, and it leaves FNS and Automatic kind of stunned. They have to save these weapons, a missed shot, and they now know where the other AWP is.
Oh, you could see Tarek thinking, should I peek, should I not? And then as soon as he does, he gets a bullet straight to the face. A bit unlucky, but that's how it goes. I guess if he crouched across, maybe he would have had a better chance, but... I mean,
you would have liked to see Tarek, you know, peek into JW to start with. I mean, because obviously Skadoodle was getting pressured, and the AWP's a lot more valuable than that CZ. So you'd like to see Tarek try and bail his teammate out, but it comes a little bit too late, and the panic is there. And instead, JW is able to find 3 kills off the back of that one spray. So great plays from him. Gets a little bit lucky on the 3rd kill, I guess, but he makes the difference, and it will be 12-12 again, evened out.
And I always say that JW is very much a confidence player. That's certainly a way to build his confidence. 3 kills, the round win.
Oh, no.
He might get something more here. There it is, the 4th frag to follow. Is he going to get the chance for the ace? Not quite. He gets shut down, and Automatic is allowed to save the AWP. But Fnatic, still pretty happy, all things considered. Back to an even scoreline. And even with the AWP being saved, the rest of Cloud9 cannot afford to invest anything, so it's likely going to be Fnatic gaining the lead. See this again from JW. Oh, got to be bad for Tarek. Straight away, he's dead, but let's see what this AWP can do.
Yeah, this time it's a little less to work for Cloud9. They do have 1 singular AWP, and the rest are USP. So run into A main, overwhelm JW, and there we go. That's the payback. And also the bomb is right outside there. Golden has to do his best to hold that off. So throws the Molotov, prevents any aggression. Good job done from Fnatic just to recuperate. And they will make their way back towards the B bomb site. Flusha just jumping in, drive-by shooting, takes FNS down to 4 versus 4, and Exist just making sure everything's clear, but it's Flusha again, another kill to come in with that Mac-10. He's making loads of money, building up that economy for Fnatic, and that's going to be important coming into this. If Cloud9 are even able to pick up a couple more rounds, having more money in the bank for Fnatic allows for them to have greater chances of taking this, so these players are making a lot of damage. And it's an AK and an AWP, so they can actually save those into the next round. I mean, Tarek's the only player with a USP, so this one's actually a viable option for Cloud9 if they're able to save.
Crims wants to deny that, though. Golden going to switch to the Mac-10 just to try and get this frag. He will find the first. Automatic gives away his position, but he finds a kill for it. And Golden with this Mac-10 can just try and jump in, maybe bait out some shots. He should have a teammate following him up here because he's only on 33 HP, and there we go. He's going to wait for Flusha, but Flusha gets caught out. Golden doesn't clear the corner, and again, look at Fnatic's money. It's not exactly great. They're going to have to reinvest now, and that could be very, very relevant if Cloud9 get to win this upcoming round. It's finally going to be them back to a full buy, and again, we keep on going here. Neither side able to gain any sort of considerable advantage. Again, I mean, this feels like a map that could easily go to overtime. It could easily end up something like a 16-14, but it is going to be a crucial buy for Cloud9.
I mean, we've had plenty of maps that have been teasing that overtime. Haven't quite got it just yet. There's a kill from Automatic, taking down Flusha. Man advantage picked up for Cloud9 into a crucial round. The nade stack comes in. Fnatic have been doing that a lot lately, and it will deal a lot of damage down to Rush. He's dropped down to 32 HP, so great nade usage from Fnatic. Not quite enough to get the trade back, but that's a trade, and there goes JW. He looks down towards Highway to take Automatic, but instead looks up for Tarek. Rush able to chime in from the forklift, keeps the man advantage there for Cloud9, but Fnatic seem to be leaning towards this A bomb site, carrying the bomb. They've got utility, they've got one smoke left, so that's usually used up for the cross, but where's ECS located? He's the man with the bomb and, of course, the smoke.
As soon as Flusher went down towards B, they had no control on that side of the map, so they were kind of forced into this A-sided play. Even though the smoke has faded, they're going to stay on the stack here. And oh, Crims is going to sneak his way forwards. This could get interesting. There's no mid-presence for Cloud9. If Crims could get the entry here, that could make the difference. Here we go. No kill comes in. Flush manages to win the first fight, and Skadoodle does step up, but it's not enough. Only the one kill means that ECS can get the bomb down on the site. He's planted for A main, so he can make his way back around safely. Now the question is, does he expect the players to be coming up highway? He's actually going to go in towards forklift. So ECS going to look for an early kill. Cloud9 is sticking together.
So time for the new leader, the new addition to Fnatic to step up. FNS and Automatic have to reclaim this bomb site. It's ECS, the first kill coming in. Automatic on the opposite end, but ECS is doing a good job just wasting that time, dancing around the forklift. And an excellent clutch from ECS. He goes 14-12, and Fnatic, they're on the verge of victory here.
The confidence to just tap off the head. Beautifully done from ECS. And that round could very well make the difference, because remember, Cloud9's money was already questionable. 5 bullets left there when he got that second headshot. And it is going to be a tactical timeout called by Cloud9. Automatic, I believe, has already brought up 1 M4. Oh dear, oh no. Can we get the camera off them, please? There we go, get them out of here. Again though, Cloud9, I mean, they're not going to have the best of buys here. This is going to be a real struggle for them now. I think they've got 1 rifle already bought up, but they might be saving some of their extra money to try and play for overtime. No, okay, so they have gone for the full-on force. They do get that 1 AWP out into Skadoodle, and they've got a rifle on towards Rush, but again, it's a bit of a mishmash of a buy. It's kind of like they've gone to the car boot sale, they've bought whatever they can find. It's not the best of buys, but they're going to have to get it to work.
So Fnatic, all the AKs, all the utility they can possibly want, and it's quite a quick play towards the B bomb site. 3 players just pressuring in. They spot out Tyrick. He does have that scout. So this is actually a decent angle for that scout, because you can obviously pick off a kill, then fall back from that. But JW, here's a chance for him. FNS just on the opposite end of that smoke. Crosshair poised on him. Fnatic just stamping their dominance over this round already, just pre-firing angles, taking huge portions of the map. You see JW already just wanting to get out of main, gets dropped down by Rush, so there's the advantage given up. JW just goes for a walk onto the A bomb site, gets himself dropped off the back of that, and Rush is in a good position to follow up from this. But Fnatic seem to try and recuperate. They need to find a way of getting back into this round. Golden, of course, and Sound Squeaky gets a lot of information. A kill from Automatic, though, finding Crims. That's a huge chance. Flusher pulls 1 back, but Skadoodle quick on the trigger, and it now falls to ECS and Golden to try and do the damage, and it's FNS to take Golden. Again, it's ECS in a clutch situation. He won the last one. This one's a little bit more difficult.
Just a bit. 1v4. He could isolate this fight here towards CT as ECS goes for the cross. Tarek decides to play it safe. ECS does get to the site safely. The bomb plant will be considerable. If you look at their money, they're going to want this extra cash, and ECS will get it for them. 1v4 as he hears the steps, only gets the first headshot. Again, he managed to win that 1v2, but a 1v4 out of the question, and Cloud9 win the crucial round they were looking for. We said that the buy wasn't exactly great, but some of those weaker weapons did chime in, and yeah, not a bad shot from Skadoodle. Got the information, took the lineup, and at least the bomb plant for ECS means that Fnatic, I think, should still have pretty much a full buy.
Yeah, so coming into this one, Fnatic, it's going to be a bit of a pots and pans buy. They're going to have CZ, 3 AK-47s, and it's not looking great. I mean, they're just salvaging what they can and putting it together. Cloud9, it's going to be the AWP. It's going to be everything they possibly want, along with the utility. And it's kind of a similar story of Overpass. You've seen Cloud9, it was close. They had no money a lot of the time. Then towards the end of the game, they just got the control of the economy, and they were able to edge that one out. But Crims gets aggressive, gets dropped almost immediately in reply by Rush. So effective trades yet again from Cloud9. But Fnatic, they still have a chance in this one. They have the bomb in the hands of Golden. Still a tiny bit of utility. 2 smokes, Molotov, and 2 flashbangs, so an execute is still on the cards.
Cloud9 are kind of letting Fnatic dictate the tempo in this one. Fnatic going to go for that mid presence. Again, we're seeing Cloud9 go for the 2 players on A and 2 players on B. You can see on the map, though, the rotations between the sites are going to be very, very long indeed, and that means that Rush has to take an aggressive angle, but it pays off for him. Boost comes up for the AK. They're going to look for the trade, and FNS is going to go out in the open at just the wrong time. He just about gets back to safety. Nade coming through. FNS going to go for the peek, but he gets pushed. Oh, what a flick from FNS. He eventually goes down, though, back to a 2-on-2. As I was saying, that rotation is going to take some time to get here, but Skadoodle does have that defuse kit, and Exist position might catch them off guard.
Just playing on the edge of the smoke. Automatic needs to make his way up here, but time forces him out, and it exists just to take the duel, forces him back. It's getting awkward, but he finally shuts him down, but it's a quick kill from Skadoodle. Falls into a 1 versus 1, 2 HP on Golden, but he's still able to clutch it out. What a round for Fnatic to stay alive in. That was the chance for Cloud9 to edge it out, but a clutch from Golden will save the day. Obviously, Skadoodle trying to pull out his pistol there, just gets caught out. That'll be a round that's really required of Fnatic, and now Cloud9, they're in a bit of a desperate position.
Well, the first map of the day went to 30 rounds, I believe, and this one looks like it is going to as well. Again, another tactical timeout from Cloud9. They don't have their coach behind them, funnily enough. I don't think Valens is here at this event, but they have still got, of course, Tariq, FNS, who can all chime in with ideas. I'm sure the entire team will be talking it through for these all-important upcoming rounds. Yeah,
that's the thing. I mean, you have Tariq and you have FNS. I mean, obviously, FNS isn't the sole income leader of the team. Obviously, he won't be there. But, I mean, you still got those 2 minds that can work together, come up with a plan. Obviously, the style that FNS brought to the table was not the way Cloud9 wanted to play it. So, obviously, there's a change in that. But, I mean, if you're coming up with plans, I mean, it's good to have 2 minds on the job that can try and figure out what to do. But it's map point for Fnatic, map and series point. They're on the verge of sending Cloud9 packing, and they don't have too much to work with. CZ, UMP, and an M4. Tariq gets Molotov back into the back lines. Flashbang goes over the top. Flushes find the first kill, and they begin to implode onto the B bomb site. Tariq is going to be under a lot of pressure. They begin to jump all around him. Just staying alive with the CZ, dips out, but it exists to find the kill. 3 players left for Cloud9, and this is looking like Fnatic have dominance all over it. Automatic left inside of that vent. They know exactly where he is, but he gets the first kill, nearly the second. But it's all onto Rush. A 1 versus 4 to keep Cloud9 alive. And he's going to find the first. He's going to drop down inside of the checkers, sprays through, finds that kill. So it's still a little bit of a chance for him. But he goes down to Crims, and that is it. Fnatic prevail, and they'll be moving on into the tournament. Commiserations to Cloud9, though. An excellent performance throughout.
Yeah, considering Cloud9 know they're going to be making a roster change, you know, they